Hello everybody, I'm Rich Gamer here, and welcome back to another did I say cold waters in the last video? It's a sea power video. Anyways, another sea power video where we're going to react / break down the new Viking video where they fly an S3 Viking, or S2 Viking, no, S3 Viking, in a search pattern for a Russian / Soviet submarine and then sink it. Showing, I guess, how it works in the game. So, for example, if you played something like Jane's Click Command, what you would do is you would tell your Viking to do a open search box pattern, where it just does a search in a box where it just kind of goes back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And what will happen is naturally you don't see it or anything like that, but it drops its sonar buoys, it uses its MAD, and its radar and whatever else it needs to use to find the sub for you, and then drop one of its mark insert version of torpedo onto it or around it to kill it. With that in mind, it's very interesting because what you do, right? You right click the aircraft and say use your following sensor systems. This game is turning out, when it comes to the actual battles, to be so much more like Jane's Fleet Command than I expected, and I'm very excited for it. My major concern, though, is the size of the maps at the moment. That's got me a little worried, and the fact that everything's turn-based. So I don't know if it's like you have to launch your aircraft and send the aircraft into a box or a tile on the map and have them do things there. I don't know. But yeah, so here we go. We're going to watch and then react. I'm not one of these people that wants to pause and unpause and pause and unpause the video. We're going to watch the full 3-minute video. And then, once it's done, I'll give you my opinion. And then once that is done, we'll go through and break down the video, point by point by point. Anyways, so here we go.
Engage track 7001. 7, 4.
Roger. Out.
Why people are choosing this $139 drone over established drone.
Okay, well, I wasn't expecting it to go to the a commercial so fast. Alright, so here we go. So, what I want to do here, the max speed, I want to do it at a quarter speed. I want to be able to pause when I see things. So here we go. So first off, you can actually tell it, hey, I'm assuming... So this is the sonar buoys that you drop. Navigation, sensors, there we go. Orders, rules of engagement, ceasefire. So here when you go down and navigate, you can go waypoints, show high waypoints, remove waypoints, change course, resume course, change speed and altitude. Okay, so back in Jane's fleet command, you'd hit shift, and it would be 5, 6, 7 for speed. 5 would be low, 6 would be medium, 7 would be top, or you're as fast as you could go, and then 8, 9, and 0 were low altitude, medium altitude, and high altitude. So now it looks like you just right-click on the unit and tell it. I'm assuming on the actual screen, so you select the unit probably down here, and then right-click on the aircraft or on the screen, and it will give you all the information. So here it's going to go enter waypoints. So I like this, how you actually can select multiple different waypoints here. Like, I like how you can click there, click there, click there, click there, because this will show also the new the sonar system they're talking about, or I guess this would be the active sonar. Because what they were talking about is the way sonar now works in this game is you see the direction of your ping or your return from the ping and the sonar. You don't exactly know where it is. Where, for example, in cold waters, if you went active, it would just over time tell you where it is, right? Here, what you have to do is actually use. One will tell you the direction. If you put a second one down, actually, I'll pause. So, like, for example, this one pings it, right, and it heads south. This one pings and then tells you also where it's going to go. So you actually have to kind of triangulate first with what sounds like with one or two, with probably two sources of sonar, active sonar. That will probably tell you where your target is. And then if you want more accurate locations, you need to use a third or even a fourth sonar. Because I think in this demo they drop 3. And even then, the location where the sonar goes, or tells it where it is, it's actually incorrect. Now here's the part where I think obviously the Viking already knew where that aircraft was. It's because it knew exactly where it needed to drop that torpedo, behind where it was being told the target was. But anyways, we're going to go through this here. Let's go half speed. So this is one of the things I like. So they're going now to the first waypoint the person put in, and then you'll see momentarily that the player person grabs it right here, see? Clicks and drags the new location, and the aircraft is responding immediately, which I like. Now this, I'm wondering what this is. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, if that's an initial, that's the waypoint the aircraft was going to go to initially, or if you don't tell it anything, it's going to go there. I do like this. I do like it even shows you how many sonar buoys you have. So there it goes, now down from 62 to 61. You'll see it over here somewhere. Yeah, there. Oh. There. You saw it splash down. And you see the new sonar is already telling you, hey, there's something in this direction. So if I'm not, oh, I like that. I missed that. So I'm assuming then you can grab this, and that's where you would move this around. And be like, hey, let's try to get the next one to try to tell us how far down this is. So what you do is you put another sonar buoy in this general area, and it will tell you, hey, it's over here, because it'll go this way. And then it'll be like, hey, there's something generally here. Then you drop this one, and it tells you, hey, it's actually along this line of bearing. It's like here, here, or here. Yeah. So you kind of want to go... No, I don't know if that tells you how possibly far it is. Like, the longer this line is, the further away it is type thing. Like, how accurate this is, or if this just gives you a general... Sorry, the strength of the ping you get back. Like, is the closer it is to this, is this a lot louder? Then we'll see the other one land in a moment. There it goes, and now it's saying, hey, it's way down here. So theoretically, we would think right where this waypoint is where that Russian sub would be. I like it. I like how you can just give it its waypoints and then immediately start moving things around. Because what you could also do too, if there's something that you didn't know was somewhere, and you have a strike group inbound, and you all of a sudden get, hey, there's a Soviet ship or whatever in this spot over here. You can move the waypoints around so they can avoid the target, or even move in and hit it in. Hit it. I like that click and drag though. Okay. This one is saying it's all on that bearing. This one's saying it's, hey, it's down south. This one's like, hey, it's up here. So that is the thing right there that I missed. So they immediately told him to cease fire. Okay, so in this case then, an anything dropping sonar buoys or anything like that is technically attacking a target. So you have to tell it to cease fire so it no longer attacks the target, or in this case, drops the sonar buoys. Then I say, hey, engage with a Mark 46 right there. Very nicely modeled. When the torpedo hits the water, I want to see if it's just the switching from underwater or above water to below water cause the torpedo to like freeze for a split second, or if it's like the torpedo itself froze when it hit the water. Now here we're definitely going to quarter speed. This is very interesting. See, this is the part where it knew where the actual sub was, because it goes right past and over its target. And it's like, well, this isn't it. If I dropped it back here, that's not going to work. So it drops the torpedo. Theoretically, if that was your target, it dropped it way late. That's what I'm saying is it knew where that target was. And I lost track of it back there. Okay, so here we go. So when it hits the water, we'll see if it stops dead for a split second and then goes, or if it is the switch over. And watch the water. Now the water looks like it's going. Yeah, it's the torpedo. The torpedo just stopped immediately. And here's the thing, right? The torpedo is heading north. It's not turning. It's going straight. And even hit. So here's the thing. This sonar is now saying, hey, wait a minute. There's 3 contacts. And this one is saying there's more than one. So I'm thinking there's more than one sub here. There's the one that was detected, and then there's the one that was hit. And right here, out of nowhere, the Viking is like, hey, move to position. Because there's a click here. I don't know if it's a right click, control click, shift click. I'm going to assume it's going to be like a shift click. Yeah, so here, the torpedo is still heading in the same direction. Turn it around, and boom, Russian sub. With that big sonar. And I mean, it's well detailed. I mean, look at that. There's the door there. There's the other sensor package up there. And see the sub in the water, too. That's the end of the video. So, takeaways from this. Well, number one, that was pretty good. It's a little bit more in-depth than Jane's flight command was, where you would just tell it, hey, you would just tell it which version of search pattern you wanted to use, expanding box, waypoints, etc. Here you just say, hey, attack with your sonar buoys, and place them here, here, and here, and then we'll go from there. And move them around as you go. I like that. What I want to know is supply for ships and aircraft now. How the supply mechanic and supply system is going to work. Because running anti-submarine warfare with Vikings, you are going to probably within the first, we'll say, I don't even know how many turns, but I know for a fact you will run out of buoys. So for me, the question would be, how does the supply mechanics work? Does the fleet have to go back to port and supply? Are there supply ships? Supply task forces? Do you just slowly tick up your supply? Because we've already found out that apparently the overall campaign map is going to be a sectional turn-based map a la something like a war game, where there's multiple different tiles on the map. Not all of them are going to be the same shape, apparently, and you move your fleet from tile A or section A to section B, and you move your fleets around that way. Now, my question is, are we going to be having multiple fleets? Are we going to be having just one fleet? Because I wouldn't mind being able to control, say, 2 Belknaps and an Early Burke. I know Early Burke's down the line timeline, but 2 Belknaps and an OHP. And having the 3 of them running ahead, or even some Spruances and OHPs, or Belknaps, and whatever ships are going to be in this game. I haven't taken a look at the list. Anyways, and I know someone's going to put down is going to say, well, time frame. Relax. What I'm going to say, though, is I would like to see if we're controlling task forces, or if we're controlling a fleet, but that fleet can be made up of multiple task forces. So we can have, some ASW surface action groups that are out there specifically just searching for subs ahead of the carrier task force, and then have them supplementing with things like the Viking. So if some of the OHPs and some of the, I'm assuming they're Seahawks, or Sea Sprite, whatever. I'm assuming whatever the helicopter is that is being used in the game for the Americans. I think it's the Seahawk. We'll just say Seahawks anyways. I know I'll be corrected. Sending Seahawks out, finding something generally, and then using the Vikings to narrow and nail down and even either chase off or chase down. Say an Oscar II or an Aquila or whatever. And then have the Seahawks come in and drop tons of sonar buoys, torpedoes, you name it, and have basically a anti-submarine picket force moving ahead of your main task force. That would be interesting. I want to see if you're going to have multiple task forces in a fleet, or just multiple fleets, I guess you could say. Because I wouldn't be surprised if the game was like, hey, this is your fleet. It's made up of this many aircraft carrier, or this aircraft carrier, and these picket ships. And then that's it. If you want to run ASW in the areas around you on the map, you have to right-click on the task force, say launch Viking, say how many Vikings you want to launch, and then tell it where to go on the map. You're limited to X amount of Vikings. It takes this long for them to, this many turns to get to where they're going, etc., etc., etc. So it'll be interesting to see, nonetheless, how this works. The fact that I now found out that it's a turn-based strategy a la Total War in the campaign, on the campaign map, that's got me a little caught off guard. Don't know how I feel about that. But so far, so good. I'm liking everything I've seen so far. I haven't seen the campaign map, so I can't really comment whether that's going to be good or bad. I've always been kind of meh about things that are turn-based and then real-time. I love Total War. I love the Total War series. I love me some Total War Empire and Rome. But don't know how I feel about certain things. But with that in mind, thanks for watching. See you in another video. Bye-bye.